Well, welcome everybody. I am so glad to see you all here this evening to have Shabbat with us. For those of you who do not know me, I am Ellen Simpson, longtime member, 40 years of teaching kindergarten and assorted other things, but I really like leading services. I haven't done it in a while, so I'm happy that you're here to do this together. Does everybody know Jason Hill, our lovely music director? He's used to working with the choir and practicing with them. He and I have only practiced once together. So if we are a little rough, please be patient, but I think it's going to be lovely. So we're going to start out by welcoming Shabbat by singing one of my favorite songs, Ma Yafe Hayom, How Beautiful is Today. Ma Yafe Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafe Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Lovely. That gets me in the mood. I hope it gets you in the mood also. Later on, if we have time, I'm going to teach you how to sing that song in sign language, because in Sunday school, we have learned how to do it. You cannot hear me? Microphone, is that, I think it's, other people are hearing me okay? Okay. I would like to invite up at this time Diane Sturt to bless our Shabbat candles.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
And now we will continue by singing Lecha Dodi, which can be found on page 20 in your prayer books. We're just going to sing the first part, okay? Not the verses, just the Lecha Dodi. And I'm doing this a cappella, is this correct? Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nikabla. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach. If you would please turn to page 28, we will continue to the Baruch Hu. Please rise. Baruch Hu et Adonai hamvorach. Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam va'ed. Please be seated, and we will turn to the next page, page 30, for the Ma'ariv Aravim. Please join me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach sha'arim, uvitvuna mishaneh itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umesader et hakokavim, b'mish perotechem b'rakia kirtzono. Borei Yom V'Laila, Golel Or Mipnei Choshech, V'Choshech Mipnei Or. Uma'avir Yom, Umevi Laila, Umavdil Ben Yom Uvein Laila, Adonai Tzvaot Shemo. El Chai V'Kayam Tamid Yimloch Alenu Le'olam Va'ed, Baruch Ata Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. We continue at the top of page 33. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch Ata Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. We continue with the Shema on the very next page. If you are able to stand, please do. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Please be seated. We continue on the next page, chanting the Ve'ahavta together. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha vishinantam levanecha v'dibarabam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha varderech uvshachbecha uvkumecha ukshartam lod al yadecha. I lost it. V'hayu l'totafot b'neinecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tiskaru vasitem et kol mitzvotai vitem kadoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher Hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Let's turn to the top of page 39, and let's read this together. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together, to which I would say, amen. We continue on page 40 with the Micha Mocha. We continue on page 43. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. And we continue on the next page, 44, with V'shamru. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, lidoratam b'ritolam. V'shamru, are we repeating that? V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, lidoratam b'ritolam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, lidoratam b'ritolam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. I'm sorry. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, lidoratam b'ritolam. Uvayom hashvi'i, Shabbat v'yinafash, Shabbat v'yinafash. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, lidoratam b'ritolam. Sorry, I messed that up a little bit. We're going to be doing our congregational tefillah, our prayers together. But before we rise, I would just like to read just one line that just speaks to me a lot on the top of 47. It says, "Pray as if everything depended on God, but act as if everything depended on you." Like it. Please rise on page 46. Adonai sefatai tivtach ufi yad gita hilatecha. Adonai sefatai tivtach ufi yad gita hilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu. Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivcha, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei ha'kol, v'zocher chasdei avot v'himachot, u'mevi geula livnei v'neihem, leman shemo be'ahava, melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye metim ata rav lehoshia. Mashiv haruach. I don't know these words. I'm sorry. Mechalchil chayim bechesed. Mechaye metim berachamim rabim. Somech noflim verofech olim. Umatir asurim. Umakayem emunato lishenei afar micha mocha ba'al givurot umido melach melech meimit umachaye umatzmiach Yeshua V'namanata l'chayot metim, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hametim. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, Ukadoshim b'chol yom Yehalucha sela. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el ha'kadosh. Please be seated. Let us turn to page 55. And at the top of the page, let's read this responsibly. May these hours of rest and renewal open our heart to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh ha-Shabbat. Let's turn to page 58. And let's read in the middle of the page on 58, we acknowledge together. We acknowledge with thanks that you are Adonai, our God, and the God of our ancestors forever. You are the rock of our lives and the shield of our salvation in every generation. Let us thank you and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for your souls which are in your care, for your miracles that we experience every day, and for your wondrous deeds and favors at every time of day, evening, morning, and noon. O good one whose mercies never end, O compassionate one whose kindness never fails, we forever put our hope in you. And we will continue on page. Yeah, I just need to turn my page. We're going to sing Shalom Roav on page 60. Correct. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Ki atahu melech adon l'chol ha-shalom. Ki atahu melech adon l'chol ha-shalom. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. V'tov be'enecha livarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol ed v'chol shah b'shlomecha. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Rahav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. all take a second to have a little silent prayer, each of us in our own ways. And then we will go on and sing Osa Shalom on page 62. That is just me. Okay. Thank you. Osa Shalom, Shalom Bimramav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom, Shalom Bimramav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru Amen. Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Amen. Oseh Shalom, Shalom Bimramav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al kol Yisrael, Ve'imru Amen. That was very pretty. We don't usually do that and may the words of my mouth. But my daughter, who grew up in this synagogue, Janice, who went off to Jewish song leader camp or leadership camp or something when she was a teenager, learned this beautiful melody for May the Words of My Mouth. So I sing it whenever I have the opportunity, so you'll have to indulge me, all right? It goes, Yehu liratzon imre fi, v'higyon libi lefanecha, Adonai tzuri, Adonai tzuri, v'goali, v'goali. Thank you. We are going to continue with our Torah service. This seems to be cranking along pretty good here. Page 246. And when you get to page 246, Joel, did you turn on the microphone over there? Thank you so much. Please rise. be seated. So the Torah portion this week is called Vaera. We're in the book of Exodus. We're sort of in the midst of the Passover story. The Jews are slaves in Egypt, but Moses has yet to fight with Pharaoh and have all the plagues and all this. And in this particular part that I'm going to read, God is sort of reminding Moses who he is. I am God. I announced myself to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I made a covenant with them. I gave them the land of Canaan. And in the last part that I'm going to read, he says, and I hear the moaning of your people in Egypt, and I will not forget my covenant. I'm not going to forget you. I'm going to help you guys out. So that is that, what we're going to read. And I do not know what page it is in the book. What is it? 351 for those people who have to watch to see if I do my vowels right? Thank you so much. Make me nervous. All right. Let's get this open to the right part. Ta'amod, Devorah bat David. Ta'amod. It's right there for me. Right there for you? Yes. We're starting here.
Baruch hu Adonai HaMbarach.
Baruch Adonai HaMbarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMbarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. I think I need to put on my glasses. Could you hold that right there? V'yedaber Elohim El Moshe Vayomer Elav Ani Adonai Vaera El Avraham El Yitzchak Ve'el Yaakov Va'al Shaddai Ushmi Adonai Lo Nodati Lahem V'gam Hakimoti Et Beriti Etchem lachet lachem et Eretz Canaan et Eretz Megurehem asher garu ba v'gam ani shamati et naaket bnei Yisrael asher Mitzrayim me'avadim etem ve'ezkor et beriti.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Thank you, friend. All right. With the Torah here in our midst, we turn our prayers towards those who are in need of, for those who are in healing and who are in need of healing in body, in mind, in spirit. And this night we think of, hold on. This evening we think of Rabbi Bruce Goldwasser, who was one of the first rabbis of this temple, Rabbi Fred Wenger, Bridget Stern, Jacob Fuston, Richard Vine, Sally Vine, Arthur Lang, Donna Carroll, Clara Williams, Frederick Bryan, Barbara Reinhardt, Carol Nymark, Carl Bender, Lori Bateman, Albert Miller, Sonia Miller, and Robin Shannon, and all those whom we not know by name. May God, who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all those who are stricken. May the Holy One of Praise mercifully restore them to health and to vigor. May God grant them health of body, health of spirit, and of mind. And let us say, Amen. Be'erach avotenu mikor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah. Help us find the courage, to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mikor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We are about to return the Torah to the ark, or at least to get it dressed. Ta'amod Yaakov ben Nehemiah v'Sara Chagba. Ta'amod Dina bat Moshe Galila. Please rise. Please be seated. Okay. We are going to now go and read the prayer for our country on page 258 and the prayer for Israel on page 259. And we will be led by Ellen Mandel with the first prayer and Sam Lewiton, the second prayer. You may be seated. Thank you.
O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen.
Oh, I'm sorry, 259.
O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell therein.
Okay, our service continues on page 256 as we rise to return the Torah to the ark. Please be seated. So, I don't know about you guys, but I always find when I come to services that there are certain prayers that speak to me more than others. There are certain words, certain lines that just sort of resonate with me. And even though I messed up on the Misha Berach, the one that I really wanted to talk with you guys today and get your ideas about was the line when we're singing in the Misha Berach about hoping that God will bring health to people, but healing. But what I love is that line that says, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. And I'm just curious what you all think. What does that mean to you? Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. Or what would be an example of making your life a blessing? Yes, ma'am. Changing our perspective, just being open to new ideas, not being rigid. That's okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're talking about a very personal situation, Did everybody hear that? Good. Anybody else? How else do you make your life a blessing? Diane?
I think it takes some courage to genuinely reach out to people and to observe, to be a part of God by giving to others. I think it takes some courage.
Okay. Reaching out to people is a way of making your life a blessing. What are some ways that people reach out to each other? How do you do? I know you do volunteer work, you deliver food. Generosity.
The first word.
Yeah. That would make your life a blessing. Yeah? Anybody else? I think about just being nice whenever you can be nice. You know, I've recently thought, if my kids want to know what they should write on the tombstone when I die, she tried to be nice every opportunity she had. You know, to me that's what it's all about, yeah? And that's a way of making your life a blessing, right? Reaching out to others, looking at situations in a different way than you had been looking at them before. Anybody else have any ideas? Any thoughts? Yes?
I think there's great power in
Truly listening. Keeping your mouth while you are listening. Being there for someone. Those are two different things. Listening, and they could be the same thing. You could be doing both at the same time. Both of those are ways of making your life a blessing, you know. Really listening to somebody. I know that I oftentimes find myself listening, but I'm already thinking about what I'm going to say in response. You know, I'm ready with my 2 cents, and that's not really listening as well as I could be listening. And being there for other people, to help other people. Here at the temple, we have a caring committee that we're going to be we are going to be sort of rebooting it and helping everybody understand what it does. That here at this temple, if you've got troubles, if you've gone to the hospital and you come home and you can't make meals for yourself, you know, we can help you with that. You know, if you can't get to temple, you really want to come to services on Friday night and you don't have a way, you know, we can help with that. There's just so many ways that we can, in such small ways, make a difference in people's lives. And it makes your life a blessing. It really, really does. Okay, anybody else have any thoughts? Well, thank the people who spoke. Thank you for speaking up, you know. You never know when you ask questions if you're going to get any answers at all. So thank you. Joel, it's time for you to do your announcements, which are right here. And I'm just going to move out of the way.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for celebrating Shabbat with us tonight. I'm Joel Spenadel, and I'm honored to share some announcements with you this evening. Thank you to our usher, Sam Cox, and our greeter, Len Jasinski. Thank you to Ellen Simpson for leading our services tonight. Yasher Koach. And to Jason for the music, of course. And thank you to the security team for providing security this evening. Now, there will be, due to an event called Ice Rui, there will be no Torah study, Sunday school, or temple tailgate Tumler this weekend. And, we will be back in our normal schedule next week. We have also updated our tzedakah box. Donations made online or in person will be sent to Watts of Love to help fight poverty and provide solar light to people in need. For those of you who were here on Sunday to hear Nancy Economo speak, that is a profile in courage. You talk about
Was
help.
that taped? Do we have a, was it, is there a video?
I believe it was. We'll find out, yes. Yeah, that is making your life a blessing to help those in need. Nancy's story was remarkable. So if you want to contribute to the efforts of Watts of Love, please do so through our virtual or physical tzedakah box. More details on these and upcoming events will be forthcoming in our weekly happenings email. Please join us after services for a wonderful oneg in the social hall in honor of Harvey Simpson's birthday. Happy birthday, sir. Shabbat Shalom.
When you think that this organization, Watts of Love, is helping people who live in such third world circumstances that they do not have electricity, so that at night they live in darkness, to be able to provide them with lighting that is powered by solar, right? I mean, talk about doing a blessing and bringing light in every which way possible to people. It's really awesome. Thank you so much. Well, I guess I should see what we're doing next. So now, we're getting to sort of the end. It's my pleasure to invite Sue Push up to the bema to open the ark, and we will continue on page 282 with the Aleinu. Hello, I've lost my track of where we are. 6, 7, right. So, yes, so we're going to go by Yom Hahu, right? We turn to page 287. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Loved, each of us, for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas. Light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. V'ne'emar v'chaya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Please be seated. We think at this time of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. This Shabbat, we remember Mort Keir, husband of Louise Olivo Keir, Marty Kay, uncle of Ellen Simpson, Michael Blonder, brother of Ellen Simpson, Barry Barnett, first husband of Effie Barnett, James Brower, father of Jennifer Brower, Hyman Linda, grandfather of Marcy Larson, Gordon Murphy, father of Rebecca Cinnamon Murphy, Esther Robinson, grandmother of Megan Utney, Samuel Robinson, grandfather of Megan Utney, Benjamin Weininger, father of Ron Weininger, Helen East, mother of Fred Solomon, Philip Ginsler, grandfather of Beverly Eisenhut, Harry Heftman, uncle of Roy Warshawski, Leah Jacobson, mother of Beryl Jacobson, Ted Ellsberg, friend of Robert and Judith Stein, Lori Goldman, sister of Lynn Sullivan, Luna Leibowitz, aunt of Rachel Yackley, Ruth Blumenstein, grandmother of Brian Blumenstein, Felipe Chafek, father of Gregorio Chafek, Robert Stam, father of Judy Frankel and grandfather of Daniel Frankel, Sam Steinberg, great-uncle of Cindy Swanson, Gerald Stoller, father of Scott Stoller, Newell Bentley Jr., father of Newell Bentley and grandfather of Jarrett and Hannah Bentley, Celia Nymark, mother-in-law of Carol Nymark, Pearl Pfeffer, mother of Howard Pfeffer, Thelma Taub, grandmother of Nancy Estrin Perlman, great-grandmother of Matthew Perlman, Helene Bogalub, sister of Philip Bogalub and David Bogalub, Cheryl Coravu, sister of Lisa Honeg, Myrna Hurt, mother of Michael Hurt, Wendy Lax Ennis, sister of Robert Lax, Manuel Ostroff, father of Pacey Ostroff, Bernard Yellen, father of Gina Bogan and father-in-law of Wendy Yellen, Herman Fram, father of Harriet Fram, Harriet Kaluzna, mother of Maureen Headington, Heather McTaggart, daughter of Patricia Friedman, Willard Myler, father of Cindy Michelasi, Oscar Klein, Myra Kay, aunt of Ellen Simpson, and we mourn the recent passing of Norman Sokol, brother of Howard Sokol, and Martin Kolber, father of Heather Levine, grandfather of Isaac and Anna. Will you please join me as we say the Kaddish on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach irutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayei chon u'v'yomei chon u'v'chayei dekol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach leolam olmei olmaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudesha barichu. Le'elal min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma ve'imru amen. Yehi Shlomo Rabba min Shemaya v'chaim alenu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimramav hu ya'aseh shalom alenu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Please be seated. We will conclude our service with the singing of Esa Enai, which is at the top of page 339. Esei Enai el Harim, Me'ayin Yavo Azazri. Esei Enai el Harim, Me'ayin Yavo Ezri. Ezri Me'im Adonai, Oseh Shamayim Ve'aretz. Ezri Me'im Adonai, Oseh Shamayim Ve'aretz. Esei Enai el Harim, Me'ayin Yavo Ezri. Esei Enai el Harim, Me'ayin Yavo Ezri. And we will do our blessings here, and then we will go and have some nasherai in the social hall. So join me in the blessing over the wine and the kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavonu v'shabbat kadsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reshit ki hu yom tehila l'mikra'e kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'charta otanu kidashta mikol ho'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon Hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. But really, there's no wine yet. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. Thank you for having services with me tonight. It was really lovely to have so many of you here. Shabbat shalom. Let's go have some nashes, huh?